Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is Speak of the Joker. I am a little quieter than normal. I stressed my voice out last night, so we are probably going to play this game a little more chill than I play some games. And we're going to keep it quiet because I think this is the maximum volume I can do. So let's see. Here's what I know about this game. First of all, it's free on Epic. It's free, everybody. Go get it for free. Epic has been doing free games for a long time, and I didn't even know that. We're going to listen to the piano of this game. And yeah, you download the Epic Game Store. This is sponsored by Epic. They paid me a bunch of money. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, it's, you scroll down. This is why I didn't know. You scroll down on the store, and then there's like free games. This is free right now. It looks amazing. It is the story of a fox right here who interacts in some way with the spirit of the fox. I think they are different beings. So the reason this says continue, because when I opened the game last night for the first time to make sure the OBS works and everything, I like to go into the settings, I like to check the music, I could check the resolution, all these things. There were no settings. There was start new game and quit. That's it. And so I said, okay, let me hit start new game and then, hit escape, bring up the menu. No, this game's not having any of that look at the menu stuff. It started playing the intro. So we are going to right now start a new game so that we get to see that intro together. Starting a new game. Yes. I don't know what the music's going to be like, but maybe a soft piano is... Oh, shoot. Controller. Let me plug that in. Or turn it on. Eva drinks coffee of sore throat all the time. Look, always be drinking coffee. I have a couple of drinks to help soothe my throat. This is the one that's most concerning. And there we go. That's how much I saw. Without sound. Turns out the sound didn't matter. I'm curious what the sound design is going to matter. This is an interesting art style. So it's kind of... What do you call that? It's not realistic. But it's definitely not, not realistic. It's interesting. Oh, there's a jump. Oh, my voice. Oh, look at this. I jump in the snow. This is how foxes jump. There's a animal sanctuary I follow, and they have a couple of foxes. And I don't think I've ever met a fox in real life. Like, talk to them, interact with them. This is walk. So something tells me stealth is going to be part of this game. And the thing that I have come to think about foxes is they are over the top insane. They get so excited, they get all crazy. Hello, Russell. We have a little bit of a voice thing. It looks like Chaos Waste. Oh, I don't know that. They laugh. Yeah, fox makes all kinds of weird noises. So this one barks. I mean, we could call it a bark. I don't know. Do you call it a bark if it's a fox? Oh. I'm having fun exploring, but at the same time, real talk. I heard this could be a 5-hour game, and as you all know, I take whatever the average is, and I usually up it 40%. And I'd like to finish it today, so we are going to get moving, and I say get moving, I have no idea where I'm going, but that's where I'm going. And yeah, we won't dilly-dally too much today, mostly because a lot of my dilly-dally involves talking, and I am not able to talk that well. Although, hopefully you can all hear me just fine. I did adjust the microphone settings quite a bit last night. Oh! Tail swish. Tail swish. Let us see what else we got. So far, this button doesn't do anything. Okay. So I do appreciate a video game that, like, clearly lays out a path in, you know, in a way that's, like, definitely this seems like the way I'm supposed to be going. It would be funny if I'm wrong. But also, look, we have this open world and there is no map, there's no compass. But at the same time, it's very clear this is the way I should be going. And I say this is the way I should be going. And it'll be quite funny if I'm wrong. OG2 says, what does the fox say? I have been, like, that song has been going through my head for, like, the last 35 minutes as I've been getting ready. Ooh. Ooh. Hyenas are an interesting creature too. There's some conversation in the chat going on about foxes laughing. Yeah, foxes, they have 1,000. They have like the energy of like a dog and a ferret combined. Have you ever seen a ferret? Oh. Is this real? What? Okay. So that was a skeleton with clothes on that were rippling. Oh, that's cool. Oh. You have to be right on it. Okay. Now let me run through a too small doorway. Oh. Oh, I return this to the guy? Is that what's happening? Why? Why would I do that as a fox? Oh, that's a cool effect. For all the demons of chaos. I don't actually know that game. But something tells me this is not a game that will have a bunch of demons of chaos. But let us find out. Hello. I'm giving him the butt. I guess I should turn around. So it seemed like he thanked me. Ooh, what is this? Are those all the, like, things I can accomplish? Is that like an achievement counter? I don't know. Oh, I need that caffeine dick. kick in and fix my voice. That's how caffeine works, right? Oh. Oh. Did you see the way they jump? That is how they jump. What happens if I jump kind of big? I don't know what a fox's like tolerance is for fall damage, we'll say. It was at this moment the Joker knew. He foxed up. This earbud situation is a bit of an issue because I don't have the right earbud in. It's like weighing down on me, so I'm gonna like rest it here on my shoulder. So it's not. Oh, I just could do it on my ear. No, that feels weird. I don't know. Whatever. So I'm a mess today. I got something wrong with my ear. No voice. That's a baby. This looks like a wind chime. Let's hit it. Here we go. Here we go. No, I thought it looked like a baby. The fox. I thought it looked like a baby. Well, hello, fox spirit. I'm very excited to meet you, which makes sense, because foxes are always very excited. Can I go that way? I mean, I don't want to jump off. I'm scared. Let's go the long way. Oh no, where did it go? I lost it already. Oh, right here. Hello. The music. Interesting. Oh, well, the water's warmer than the air, so I guess that's good. This doesn't look like an Arctic fox. Well, I'm not a fox expert. Not fox advice. Look. Oh, I did a little shake off. It's so cute. I wouldn't mind hanging out with a fox. It's just not something I've done. Can I go this way? Oh, that's the next area. Can I jump up these things? Is this a platformer? No. No, that looked horrible. Excuse me. I'll be doing a lot of that. Ooh. Oh, that was a little clunky. Ugh. Did this open as I suspected? It did. I kind of wanted to test if there was fall damage or what the tolerances were there. I don't think that really answered my question. Waterfall? This is a video game. Always go behind the waterfall. Strange view. Wouldn't. Oh, hello. Something tells me I had to go that way. I just picked it first, so I didn't know. Maybe I could have gone this way. Oh yeah, it looks like I could have gone either way. This is distracting me. I'm going to tuck this into my shirt because I keep seeing it on camera. There we go. Oh, I said slight lost my voice. Man, I cannot type. I meant to say slightly. Hold on. I'm changing the description of the show. Lightly. Okay. There we go. And we're back. Oh! I now have the option to sprint. Left bumper. Good. Hey, there we go. I was trying to be polite to the game, but I was thinking, oh, this is a little slow. Oh, I can slide. Well, it's not that I can slide, it's that I am sliding. Yeah. 2 paths that go to the same place. Well, hello. Open the next area for me, please. I don't know what my goal in life is, but I feel like a fox would chit-chat with another fox. Spirit. Oh, I'm faster than you. Ooh. I don't know why, but there's something about this sliding that's like quite satisfying. You can control the direction pretty well. Nice. Too fast? I always do this. I start having fun and then I leave my friends behind. Happens all the time. Well, I bet they can go through walls. I wonder if sliding down ice is going to be a major component of this game, because this is a lot for like a tutorial. Oh, Pithy says I got up to the episode of Next Generation where the Borg kidnapped Picard. I remember as a kid watching that like real time, because I think it was like the between season breaks, and just that being like torture for those like 4 months or whatever that they were on. And then when I recently just watched it, you know, back to back, I was like, oh my god. So alright, I won't even say anything more. I mean, I think you've seen it before, but it's a classic for a reason. And they really also kind of used that to like really change the direction of the series and Not so much Deep Space Nine, but like Voyager, that kind of like came into play quite a bit. Yeah, it's a good one. It is a classic for a reason. Well, that is undrinkable. So I haven't seen the Spirit messed up for a while. I haven't seen the Spirit messed up for a while. Sorry, I haven't seen the Spirit for a while, and then I read they sort of messed up the Borg and Picard show. I only saw season 1. I liked it, but I have heard that 2 and 3, or 2 and 3? I don't even know if 3's out, but it has kind of shifted things a little, so yeah, we'll see. The Borger. Oh, good, you're caught up. Can we hang out in here together? Is this a place that you maybe lived a long time ago? Do you think this wolf spirit? Oh, it's right here. I totally missed this. I wonder if this wolf spirit is like a spirit, like came into existence as a spirit, or if this is a wolf that used to live. You know what I mean? Not wolf. I keep saying wolf. Fox. Do I need to find a staff? No? We're going this way? Because, you know, in my mind, there's two kinds of spirits. There's the spirit that exists, maybe like something like an angel, right? That would be like an equivalent example. But then there's also this, like, spirits that are like a type of ghost. I don't know if we're ever going to find out. Something tells me this game is not really big into providing, like, detailed lore and answers. But we're going to try our best to figure it out today. And Pithy says, and the spirits you find in a bar. That is yet another type of spirit. Why are you barking? If you're barking, I'm barking. What do you think that means? Season 2 came out 4 months ago. Okay, I thought... For some reason I had in my head that 3... I think 3 was, like, greenlit. Maybe that's fine. I'll catch up on it eventually. I'm just cheap, and I'm just tired of paying for so many streaming services when, like, 90% of what I watch is Twitch or YouTube. Oh! Oh! Uh-oh. Okay. Wow, I did not sync at all. Oh, this looks bad. The music... This is bad. The music is telling us this is bad and scary. Is this something that's like trapping the fox spirit? We are approaching with caution. Approaching with caution. My fox is sneezing. It's red. The music is ominous. This is some very clear storytelling. Head down. Oh. Why did I do that? Maybe I shouldn't have... I mean, my character was telling me not to go that way, in every way they possibly can. That was horse. Am I dead? Is that how this starts out? No. Okay. Chapter 2. I have no idea how many chapters there are. I would think that's a prologue, but oh no, I'm limping. Why do I keep playing these games where there's hurt animals? Ugh. I guess that's just video games. Video games have to have these low moments so that you can celebrate the high moments. And by video games, I mean like literally everything. Oh, okay. Here, we'll walk together. Oh, look. Spirit's looking at me. Oh. What is this? What's this? Okay. Wow. Oh, that was awkward. Rat from Halo 3. Hello, welcome to the show. How was your stream today? I saw you were on, but I do not have enough time in the morning to do just about anything. Yeah, this does it. Go on to Epic Games Store, get it for free. It's free right now. Oh, okay. We got mountains. The mountains turned into a city. Is this like... This sounds like religious Christmas music almost. I wonder if that's the vibe I'm getting. Like I'm getting like a Ave Maria mixed with an O Night Divine vibe. Okay, so alright, so there's people. There's people, and these people built a city, right? Is this the story they're trying to tell us? And there was a baby fox born. Oh my god. Everything on my face is bad. You always forget to claim those Epic Games. I didn't even know about those Epic Games until Schrödinger Games Cat told me about it like 2 weeks ago. It's embarrassing. Because they've been doing it forever. I don't know. They got some good games in there too. Red is bad, right? Bark. Yap. I think they call it yapping. Foxes call it yapping? Alright, what's the story this is trying to tell? Everybody's like upset. So this is the same picture before but without the fox. Everybody's like upset, or are they praying? This is a volcano going off and a bunch of dead people. That one I can figure out. Oh, also, hello, King Duck. You said hello earlier, and I didn't say hello back. Good morning. Yeah. So the people that lived here maybe were some type of magic? Okay, this is the city that they built being burnt and everyone dying or fleeing for their lives. That, again, pretty clear. And you get the sound of burning as the magic ignites in the staff. Do they all have a staff? Like they can't rest unless they're like died with their staff? Oh, he was like bound by that red energy and he like blasted it off. Oh, I missed one. Is that what this is telling me? Or did I miss like 3? Because there was that guy up top and I didn't do anything? I missed him? Oh, I didn't see a staff. Oh, shoot. So if I see one of those skeleton guys, I need to go find a staff. I think that's the message. Now I feel horrible. The guy is just like stuck. Like his spirit is just like trapped in a negative kind of place or energy. Wow. Wow. Hold on, Tom. Alright, the good news is I can... Here. Yeah, you've got quite a few good games up Epic. I've got quite a few recently. I was actually going to play The Merged, but since this is free right now, I thought I could play it and let people know about it. Like, hey, go get your free game. But I greatly recommended Submerged, so I definitely do want to check it out. Oh, I'm tired. Come on, you got this. Okay. So the fox spirit, like, gave over the majority of their being to essentially restore and heal me? Okay. What is that? What does that mean for them? What does it mean for me? I seem to be fully recovered, so that's good. I still don't even know our mission. Before it was like, oh, cool light, go this way. I mean, I'm a fox, why wouldn't I? Is our mission now to restore these people the best we can and restore their spirit? Can you do something about this wall? Why? That's a good joke. Chapter 3. Okay, I am going to look up how many chapters there are. Of the Wolf total chapters. I like to speak aloud when I type. This game is called Spirit of the Wolf, right? Well, it turns out that's a very popular phrase on the internet, so... No spoilers, no walkthroughs, just total chapter count. Alright. I couldn't find it quickly without, like, watching a YouTube video or something. Or clicking on a walkthrough, so... I'm curious more than anything. I would really like to see the whole game. Oh, it's like tutorializing how to jump. Oh, I know how to jump. I've been doing that since chapter 1. Ooh. Added a little honey to my coffee. Normally I drink my coffee black, but I was hoping to help my throat. And in fact, I do feel better. Eva was right. Coffee is the right choice. I'm pouring more coffee. Just in case you're wondering. Is that encouragement? I haven't quite learned these sounds yet. Look at this rock formation. Is this like a type of lava rock? I don't know. I've definitely seen these like type of rocks, like in pictures and stuff. So I don't know. Oh, that was... So the jumping... I don't want to say it's bad, that's not the right word. It's not super, like, forgiving. Like, it does jump where you're pointed, which makes sense. It's not bad, it's just I was being lazy about that jump. And... for that laziness. Boy, that music really went epic. What? What is that? Spirit flowers? Something tells me this is a save point. What do you say? That feels like a save point, doesn't it? If there's a save point, that means there's fail points, which I didn't know if this was that kind of game or not. But why? Or maybe this is the save point. No. Those flowers are definitely the save point. Like, clearly these alternate paths, but they don't feel like I'm, like, supposed to go there. Like, yeah. They all kind of end. Look at this water. The water looks really nice. Maybe that's not a save point, because why would there be another one? Maybe this is just something to build the spirit. Build my spirit or build the fox spirit. Yeah, see, there's another one. Alright, I'm revising my theory that this is a save. This is just part of the story. Restoring these flowers, I guess. Yes, light up the wall. So this is like the first image. So can I, like, save all of the people that died? Can I save their spirit from, like, whatever this, I don't know, evil volcano spirit is? I can see how people would associate a volcano with an evil spirit. That checks out. It's pretty terrifying. Not letting me activate it. Is it because I'm too far away or because these rocks are here? Huh. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear the auditory cue, but the controller also vibrates. And it's just kind of like no. Oh. I didn't restore this earlier? Oops. Is that connected? Oh, it is connected. Okay. Restore the flowers. And then you can activate... do you want to move a little, Fox? It seemed very calm for all that happening 5 feet away. Can't make that jump, right? No, okay. Alright, we are learning the game here. Nice. Can I climb on these flowers? Oh, it's a timing puzzle. I did activate this earlier. And then it went back down. So I need to be glowing, activate the pillars. And the flowers make me glow for a certain amount of time. Alright, we got a timing puzzle. You know I love puzzles. Ooh. I don't mind puzzles, but boy do they make me feel stupid. Hello. So, if I am understanding at all the, like, story they're trying to tell me, I should not leave this area until I find this guy's staff. Because I've already passed one of them, and I didn't find his staff. And I think I missed an opportunity to, like, save their spirit or whatever. So I'm going to look around for a staff. I have no idea. Will it be ahead or behind? Okay, I just came from this way, right? I'm trying to think. It probably won't be anywhere that requires a jump. Because I don't know if I can jump with the staff. I didn't test that earlier. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, but not too far. Not too far, sir. Or madam. Or whatever. Yeah, so this is clearly like a one-way jump, right? No, maybe not clearly. I don't want to leave them here. I I've been over this whole area and I didn't find a staff. Maybe not every. Maybe there isn't a staff for everybody. Maybe I'm just not understanding the game. Which it's so early on. Like, you know, who knows? I haven't developed any patterns. Can you point me to the staff? Okay, I didn't go this way, right? Or did I? Ugh. Well, guess I get an opportunity to go around anyways. Okay, final look for the staff. Okay, maybe you can't always provide a staff to a body. Oh! Oh, I'm so glad I looked around. Oh, that also means I did miss one. Which is kind of sad. Ooh, and I can jump with it, so that theory, at least that hypothesis is resolved. Okay, you're welcome, and I'm sorry about your buddy who's still, like, trapped in evil red spirit. My bad. It does happen. Thank you, Grayling. It does happen, but, you know, I didn't know. But it looks like another 20 or so that I can save, so... Well... I'm just glad I went back. Now, I feel, you know, justified. Maybe is a little strong, but I feel rewarded for going back. That might be the right word. And I definitely should have picked up the sign on the other guy, but that's okay. My theory about the plants now are that it imbues me with an energy that I need to activate certain things. Ooh, so that is not the way I need to go. Here we go. Here's the thing I need to activate. Okay. I don't know if the puzzles are going to get any harder. Wow. That's a lot of water coming out of there. Oh, this was the area I couldn't get up to before. Okay. Am I? Oh. So far, I'm like trying to recognize patterns. So far, I haven't found, excuse me, I haven't found one of the guys. Oh! I haven't found one of the guys in a secret area, but I have found the staff. Wait a second. I don't even know if this is the way I'm supposed to be going. I feel like I went off path to check out this area, and now there's like a lot going on over here. So I got this. That staff's there, don't forget that. Jump over here, press Y, while I'm imbued with spirit. Yeah, what does this do? Wait, what? It's not fully activating? Oh, that was weird. I had to push it 3 times. That was really weird. no idea in this moment what I'm actually doing. I found a staff. So I'm going to backtrack because I feel like I went off path. So let me go to path and see if there's a guy over here. Well, this tells me the water level is going to go up even higher, right? Okay, maybe so far, that's the way it came from. Maybe so far I've done everything correctly. I think I found the staff out of order. Because the cave back there is a higher water level. Okay, here are the wind chimes? Spirit guardians? I don't know. I'm just excited to have a staff. Oh, welcome, Megamoth. Yeah, this game is free right now on Epic. I keep saying that as if Epic is paying me, but they, in fact, are not. But... okay. A little bit of stress there. I wasn't ready for that. Yeah, download the Epic Game Launcher and get a free game. Enter code Speak of the Joker. Just kidding. They wouldn't pay me. I do think it's a funny joke, though. So I have the staff, and now I need to find the person with the trapped spirit. This... Okay, well, I think I have identified the, end game. This is bananas. I think I have identified the end game, which is get to that thing that's emanating the red, which I have to imagine is also, an allusion to the color of the fox and the tail, and maybe combine spirits to create some kind of peace in whatever's happening. Okay, thank you for the hint. Oh, I saw that. I saw that falling. I've video gamed. I'm still carrying this staff, but I haven't found the person that this is attached to. But also, the path back to where the staff is open. So, theoretically, wow. This game is actually going to be, dare I say it, a lot harder than I had anticipated in terms of this optional quest. So some of these I have to hit multiple times. It's interesting. Do I want the water level to go down? Did I just lose the staff? Oh, no. Cool dive. I did not lose the staff. Yeah. That was a little worried that I got myself out. Okay, so I need more spirit. I thought I did, but I just wanted to interact with that object. Oh, the music's really picking up now. Feed me your spirit energy. I think it's like, because it's a plant, it's like alive, and it needs something alive where there's very few things that are alive. Or is it like, after the volcano destroyed everything, like, this flower is somehow connected to this fox spirit, and it's one of the few things that is here. I lost the staff. Been carrying that thing around for a while. Okay, I don't like that. See if there's anything I can do. I don't think there's anything I can do about this. This is the one that lowered it. Oh no, is this a proper puzzle game? Is this a puzzle game? Did I stumble into a puzzle game? I know every game is a puzzle game now, but still. Oh no. Well, I lost the staff, and now there will be some tortured soul forever. I'm gonna take comfort in the fact that by the end of the game, I hope I resolve whatever the primary conflict is, and that every person I missed along the way, their soul will be freed. That is my plan. So that's what I'm going with. I don't know how true it is, but I can't beat myself up over every missed person. So there we go. Hello, Whisker. Oh, what? I didn't actually get the flower? Oops. What? Why is it not giving me the spirit? Oh, there it is. Oh. Okay. Like I'm barking at it, like I'm mad. Hey, give me your spirit. B. Steam does label it as a puzzle game. Okay. That's okay. I mean, they don't make a lot of adventure non-puzzle games, right? Where it's like, this epic adventure where you just walk around and chill. It's my kind of game. I don't know, puzzle games just make me feel so dumb. Can I get... I saw a guy over there, but I don't know how to get to him. Does this work? Yes, it does work. Okay, that was a cool jump. Man, if I hadn't found this staff and I found this guy, there's no way I would have been able to get back. That's so crazy. Oh, man. Sorry. Ooh, okay. Alright. You keep pointing out the one I missed. Or maybe the 3 I missed. I don't know. But I got that guy, so that's pretty cool. Alright. The fox spirit helped us out there. Oh. I need some flowers or I'm not going to be able to get through. Where are your fox ears? You know, I actually don't... I think I can confidently say I don't own fox ears. But if I had planned this game out a little more, I probably would be wearing them. I don't know how to get out of here. And I feel like a dum-dum. Come on, come on. It's like clear that I can do this jump, but it's kind of like I'm catching on these walls. Wait, do I take it out of here? And I put it... Oh, puzzle game. The puzzle game, Joker. Puzzle game. That means there's puzzles. What if I take this back out of here and put it back into here? Does something happen? I'm gonna take it with me. Oh, I take it with me and I put it in here. Okay. Puzzle game, puzzle game, puzzle game. I could make fox ears, but I'm just gonna go with it for now. I actually wasn't sure what to wear, so this is like kind of something that channels like an animal spirit to me. But just in case, I did have some other things ready. Oh! It says right here. Oh, you missed it. It says saving. I'm blocking the saving. Okay. It is nice to be in a kind of a big open area now. I feel like game designers often think about these things, like, well, I would hope they think about these things. But I was feeling like a little trapped. So this is like a nice relief. Like, okay, now I feel less trapped. It looks a little bit like Pride Rock. You love my cosplays. Yeah, I mean, I like to keep it simple. 90% of the things I wear on the stream are things I've already owned. Obviously I want to get up there. Can I? I don't think I can do this jump. I think that I'm going to interact with an object and the world state's going to change. That's what I think. I can probably follow where the little glowing spirits tell me to go. I was watching how to be unique for your stream, thinking, what can I do? That's an interesting question. I thought about that before I started streaming, and I didn't really have a good answer. But I did think about that, and I'll tell you one thing that really helped me a lot is the very first raid from Rage-Rex. I was like, wow, cool. You know, I had just started, and he raided me, and that's how I met Grayleaf and Evo and everybody, and it was like, oh, like, who is this guy? Like, after the stream, I was like, that was so cool, I got raided, you know. And I went to his channel, and he was, I think he picked me, because there's Joker in my name. And he was dressed up as a very, like, high-quality, like, full Joker costume, with the makeup and everything. And I've done, like, stage makeup and stuff. I'm not any kind of expert, but I was like, wow, I put a lot of time into that. And then I ended up watching that whole stream, And the thing I realized about Rage Rex, and this is not any kind of conclusion because I actually don't get to watch him very often because of the time zone. So if I'm very wrong about him, let me know. But he just has this, like, I got the sense from watching the show, let me put it that way, let me put it on me, not on him. I got a sense from watching the show that he very much has an energy about him and that he's trying to get that out. And to me, that kind of helped me think, like, I felt very reserved streaming. Like, I'm kind of a large personality in real life, and I'm actually kind of reserved streaming sometimes, which is a funny concept because people usually are the opposite. That's not the jump button 3 times in a row. Let's do this. There we go. So, long story longer. Just watching that interaction made me feel like I need to just be myself more. Stop holding back a little. And that's, I was like, all right, I'm going to wear my unicorn onesie next stream. And I did. And I own 2 different unicorn onesies. Like, this is who I am. So that's it. I don't know if that's helpful or not helpful, but I think Wesker's right. Is nothing's original, but yourself is different and unique always. So yeah, I'm like completely lost. And I can't make that jump. I have failed the video game 1 hour in. It just seems like there's so many things that are like almost connections, you know what I mean? Wait, do I jump on this? Is this a thing? Okay. It is. Okay. How do I make that work? Whoa! We figured it out. Megamon says, I did not know you have multiple unicorn onesies. I do. Unfortunately, I can only wear one. It's tight, but the other one is, I literally can't zip it up. So, yeah. Anyways, there's certain things I just still can't do on stream. But yes, I do own multiple unicorn onesies. And I have, like Renaissance Fair outfits and stuff, and, I just was like, I love playing dress up. And honestly, like real talk, I would love to do more like creative makeup and stuff, but I just get just kind of busy, and it's hard for me because that takes a long time. You know how to do the next puzzle? That's good. I think I have at least the water noise is so loud. I wonder if it's coming through or if it's only because I'm on one earbud. But I think I need to ride the geysers, right? But which one? I came from that way. I got that. So it must be this way, right? I hit the wrong button again. I barked instead of jumped. But it worked. Alright, these geysers actually, that's a really fun puzzle for a game like this. Did I activate every stone in here? Learn to make chainmail. I want to get in love to work. Oh yeah, you do your own Renfair armor. Oh, I'm like, that's so cool. I almost there's actually a fair this weekend in where is it? Half Moon Bay or like around there. I'm gonna be getting my cities mixed up, and I wanted to go and I just couldn't make it work out. It's like the opening weekend. It's like a big Northern California one. Megamoth. Us California people, we gotta figure these things out. Yeah, I did look into like how to do the chainmail, and I was like, that seems really cool. I'll add that to the list of things I'll never get around to doing. Oh, that was some bad timing. You haven't been in a while. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's been over 3 years for me. Everyone from California keeps moving to your area. Yeah, California just, I mean, the heat this year just really made me question. We should go. Yeah. Megamoth, we totally should. Internally here, we were discussing some possible dates and stuff. So if hey, a staff. So that's where it's telling me I need to go. Is that where the body is? Yes. There's some good things about California. There's some troubling things, and there's some good things. You know, I think California has a really, like, rich and diverse culture, which is, like, hard to get other places, and that's something that I really love about it. There's a lot of things I don't love about it, though. Ooh! Oh! Okay. Oh! It's like a lever! Okay, I was like, what if I missed that? Oh, but yes, Megamoth. Yes, that is a great idea. And I will hopefully make that happen, because that sounds like a lot of fun. I thought this would soothe my throat. It's soy milk. And I added this, like, fruit and vegetable, like, concentrate powder that I just like to drink in the morning because it's got all kinds of vitamins and stuff. But it seemed to combine into this weird chunky foamy mess. So I'm not... It tastes good, but it looks really weird. So I'm going to finish this real quick. Gag. I'm sorry. I guess I could have turned off my camera. It tastes great. It tastes like a fruity, like a strawberry milk, you know, but it's not that. I actually, Grayley, I did put honey in my coffee, which I never do. Oh, Gamescat, forgive me while I go shopping. You are forgiven because you asked, but you don't need it from me. But yes, you have some shopping to do. I understand, for sure. Okay, all right, back to the video game. Oh, my throat is actually feeling a lot better after drinking and sleeping. Last night, I was like 2 in the morning prepping for the stream, and I was thinking, I don't want to cancel. I don't want to cancel. The only times I have canceled so far is when I'm physically not here. And that will be true. I'm missing 2 streams next month because I physically won't be at a computer. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. That kind of unnecessarily scared me. So here's a path clearly laid out. But here is also a path. No, this is not a path. I was reading too much into it. That might be a path in the future. So now I know, though, you might need to... Left is always right. I'm with you, Whisker. That's what I was feeling. I have learned, though, that this game has taught me, because puzzle games, well-designed puzzle games, and this is a highly rated game, so I assumed it was well-designed. That's my assumption going in. but well-designed puzzle games will teach you things and then escalate the difficulty. And they taught me that I might need to carry a stick for a good while. So the fact that I'm still holding on to this is actually okay. Oh, look, it's one of the red ones. Why would I want to go there? Find out. Whoa! That kind of shot me. Okay. Let's explore this way real quick, but I don't want to miss the opportunity to go back. He's sneezing because of the red energy. But if I'm holding a stick and I have the spirit, will I be able to take it now? Because the last time I approached and I just straight up fell over. Heavily injured. Look when he sneezes, I think red comes out. It is. It's literally sneezing the like evil out. I just make that jump? Like, is this geyser a red herring? Yeah, I can just make that jump. Okay. So, but there's, oh, partial red, partial blue. But it's a red fox. But the game has taught us that foxes are not evil, but red is evil. So what is this? What is this story? So you have the blue fox jumping. Turns into the red fox. Is this my story? Because look at the top one. It has the markings, but the middle one doesn't. I don't know. We're gonna hit Y and find out what happens. Nothing. Okay. Where'd the staff go? Oh, the staff is like invisible. No. This is a bug. Look, it's a bug. This is where I dropped the staff. It's right here. But I can't see it. And it's telling me B. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Good. Oh. Do I have Gang Beasts? Yeah, I have Gang Beasts. I played Gang Beasts. Gang Beasts are some of my most popular shorts. I need to play it more just for YouTube shorts. One of my shorts, this is very exciting. Got like 3,500 views. It was a Gang Beast one. Exciting. Okay, so I can't interact with that object, so I think this is telling me a story. But I also need to... Wait. Is this... Yeah, I mean, the little flying thing is telling me to go this way, but I'm really trying to. All right, well, we're gonna go for it. I have to trust the spirit. I can make that jump. Okay, no, I can't make the jump. What am I gonna get? I guess what I'm curious, and the game will definitely tell me, or I guess I won't progress. But I'm curious what can protect me against that thing. So let's see. Do I have a way to defeat it? The ghost is bringing that still. Yeah, it's yeah, I really like the artwork so far, for sure. Which is just so nice. So nice. I don't know why I said it like that. Whew. The more I talk, the more I feel like my voice is coming back. Does that make any sense? No, it's fine. It's the drinking. The drinking is helping. Where are you on Sundays? If you want to plan like a Gang Beast day, I definitely can try. My Sundays generally are my get everything done day. Ooh, quite a few of us do it in the afternoon. Pithy, you should post in the Discord. Like just when you're playing, even not even if there's no stream or anything, just you did last Saturday. Sorry. You can totally at me, but yeah, Sundays are my like one day where I'm like I have to get everything done that I haven't done all week. So sometimes they're pretty busy, but yeah, it would be really cool. Oh, not posting, playing it. Okay. Okay, so obviously I can jump over there. Should I just, like, leave the stick here? Because I know I'm going to come back this way. I don't know. Honestly, I feel weird about leaving it. I don't know if that makes any logical sense. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh. Okay. I guess I need one more level of water. Back where you came from the last dead end. What? Yeah. The music is so, like, loud and epic. I'm talking much lower than normal, so let me know if the game volume needs to come down. Oh. Yes, the tower. Where we were trying to always go left. That's what you meant. Yes, yes, yes. That was quite the jump. No, 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 no! Classic. Classic. Oh! That must have felt fun. Okay, let's see if I can jump a little better. I was just talking about my voice getting better, and now it's cracking. Okay. Jump. Jump. Here we are again. No, come on. Yeah, there we go. That was ridiculous. I don't need to put the staff down to interact. I don't know why I keep dropping the staff to interact. Don't drop the staff. That's how you lose it. This still is yet to resolve the, like, evil area. Hold on. Before I move on, there's one thing I want to check out. Well, there's three things I want to check out. Let's, first of all... Okay, now I do need to drop the staff for this because it's the same button. Let's get a little spirit juice while we're here. Then I want to look at this, see if this has changed at all. No. No. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. And then I want to go back here. I just want to look around here again because something is just not... I'm not quite settled about this area. Okay. It's all just a feeling I have that is not supported by any actual in-game happenings. Whoa. That statue hadn't changed, so I don't think that one is like a spirit energy. I think that's just artwork. It's just more of the kind of storytelling artwork instead of actual magic. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'm very bad at jumping. You know, in real life, I'm not a great jumper. Maybe it's connected. I love that the stack just goes straight through. I used to be a better jumper, let's put it that way. Are you a good sweater? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I do realize you are making a... English is a word? An English joke? Is that the word? But I am also a good sweater. So before I leave this area, I'm gonna load up on the sweet, sweet spirit juice. Okay. Huh. I mean, I'm definitely, like, making progress. I'm activating stones, and they're turning blue. But am I any closer... Am I any closer to, like, defeating this evil energy? I actually do have a sauna. I mean, again, I know we're making a clothing joke, but I do have a sauna, and it's finally cooled off enough where it's not insane to use it again. Why would you plug in a sauna? I have like a portable sauna. Why would you plug in a sauna if it's 116 degrees outside? Just go outside. Okay, remember before where I was like, this doesn't seem like magic, this is just fixed artwork, and then it immediately started glowing? Clearly I was wrong. What's happening? Did I just power up? Did I just straight up, like, become more powerful? It feels like I just powered up. Right? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, is there a new power? Yeah, exactly. That's... Here, let me press Y. Y has not done anything before except interact. Oh, Y flicks your tail. Push B. B is bark. Hold B. Cool. I have a sauna in my house in that it is one that you can plug in. It's a portable one. And so it's like this small little tent with heating pads in it. So it's way more efficient than a normal sauna. And it just barely fits my body. So that way you're not wasting a lot of energy. Okay, let me try it again. Okay, it does only work when you have this power, which makes sense. Because everything in the game is like based on you having this little power. So, I feel like that is how I'm protected going this way, but how do I keep carrying the staff at the same time? Right. Right? Doesn't it feel like that's how I go this way? But maybe not. Is there anything else I'm missing? Before I attempt this, is there any other stone in this area that is not glowing? Is there anything up there? Is that just decoration, or... Let me get an angle on it. Oh, making myself dizzy. Wesker says, I think you have to light them all up. That's kind of what I was thinking too, but sometimes the way these games work is like I might find another one of these later, and then I'll activate it, and then it'll be like, now you have the next power. You know what I mean? Like, it very well could be that I've gotten the power for this area, and then sometime later there's the next power. Or there's more I need to do here. But I don't want to drop the staff, so let's see what happens if I just hold B. Shoot. Okay, well, let's try this. I don't know what's gonna happen. Is it neutralized? I'm gonna power up just in case. Give it. Thank you. Oh, no. Shoot. This is gonna be a challenge. Okay, power up. Grab the staff. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay. This is a little bit of a challenge when it's the same buttons. So now I can just go this way? What's the indication that this area is no longer dangerous? Is it slightly less red? Like, how would I know? So clearly, this like red energy is like some kind of maybe I have to do the power up right on it. Right on it. So, so I kind of like almost accidentally solved it. Some kind of magic. Nice. Okay, so I kind of walked in there thinking maybe this ability was like a shield, but I think it's a shield and it is a destroyer of the evil magic. I wonder if it would have let me walked all the way up to it before. I don't know. But let's go. Now we'll go charge it with the good magic. There's the good magic and the bad magic. Or maybe they're the same, like, twist, right? Like Moana, part of Tahiti. It's all part of the same energy. That's right, I learned all my life lessons from Moana. Okay, so... yeah, so I think my previous guess that this... that was a weird jump. Come on. Yeah, shortcut. No, not a shortcut. Anyways, I think that's an indicator that, like, later in the game I will have another power-up, I think. And so, I think that's what's happening there. Oh. Foggy? I feel about Foggy. I've been drinking an enormous amount of liquids. And I've not had a problem yet. So, just throwing that out there. Chapter 4. I don't have my staff. That means I missed somebody. I found the staff, but not the person. Oh, man. Wow. That sucks. Oh, I don't like that at all. I don't like that feeling. Oh, I should have recognized this would have been a new area. Where was he? Oh, shoot. Alright, well, back to my previous statement that when I resolve the central conflict of this world, all of their spirits will be freed. So, they just have to suffer for a couple hours. Longer. I'm making some weird noises outside. Okay. So... I thought it was going to be a foggy area, but that was just, like, to save on, like, rendering or whatever. This is a beautiful, wide, open, grassy area. Let me know if the music's too loud. Wait a second. If I... oh. Guess I didn't realize that every time I bark, they make that noise, but now that makes sense. Because they've been doing that this whole time. Ah, well. After that stressful area, let's frolic through the field. This is beautiful. I love a good field frolic. Oh. Yes, please. I am full of energy. Need more power. I'm gonna take a quick little tangent up here just to see if there's something up here that would be useful. I was already up here, right? This feels a little bit like a secret area up here. Oh, yeah. I need some more water. Yes, roll around in the magic dust. So are you a pot a day kind of guy? let me tell you. I haven't told this. I haven't told this story before, so I will be brief in the recapping. But pre-pan, when I worked in an office, I had a very long commute, and I got there at 6 a.m. That way I could avoid traffic. And I would drink an entire pot of coffee, and it was the only one in the office, between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. I would drink an entire pot of coffee by myself. Oh, wow, look at the lights. Wow, that's really cool how they kind of changed the color pattern here. That's great. Then, from 8 until usually about 2 o'clock, I would kind of sip on another pot. And there were quite a few coffee drinkers, so most days I would have a pot and a half to 2 pots. Oh, hey, look at this. We get to use this power again. Great. And, I mean, sometimes we'd go through 5 or 6 pots in the office, but sometimes we wouldn't. So, I was a 1.5 to 2 pots a day guy for about 3 years. It was like that. It had just kind of been escalating to that point, and then that seemed to be a good max for me. And then March 13th, 2020 happened, and I haven't been back in the office since. And at first I had to buy a coffee maker. Like I didn't have everything I needed. And I got to get like a grinder and all that because I like to grind them. And now I am 8 cups a day is what I make. And most days I finish all but the very bottom of the pot, which is like the gross part anyways. So to answer your question, I drink between 6 and 8 cups a day now, which is way less than 24 cups. Wait a second. I just destroyed the, evilness in this area, but I didn't do anything with it. Why am I running away from it? No, investigate. What are you doing? This is a video game. Yes! Haha! Video game! See, I was just not paying attention. I was like, oh, let me destroy the evil and then move on. 6 cup is my max, and then you get jittery. Yeah, I understand that. I get jittery sometimes, but usually not. I did one of those genetic tests, and there is a gene marker or fast metabolizer of caffeine, and I have that. And another person I know who has a really bad reaction to caffeine, their gene marker was that they were a slow metabolizer of caffeine, and the website recommended that they avoid caffeine. So, and for people like me and my dad, with the same gene marker, it doesn't really bother us that much. So kind of works out. And it's also not that I would recommend even for myself that you drink it at night, but I can sleep. My sleep problems are more complicated than having caffeine at 5 p.m. or something. That one was 23andMe. I don't know that they're the best, but I did it really early on, back when they were allowed to share all kinds of information with you, and then the FDA threatened them, and I don't know. But there's a bunch of them now, and there's probably ones that are better, and probably ones that maybe have better privacy policies. I don't know. If I ever were to officially recommend one, I would look into it more, but at this stage, that is the one I used. I don't know if they are the best or the most accurate or have the best policies. Something to think about though now. There's some privacy concerns I didn't think about when I originally did it. So I missed the guy out there, but I got this guy, so we're not perfect. We're not perfect. But another, maybe spirit saved, maybe soul saved. I'm not exactly sure what the game is trying to tell me with this, but you're welcome. They appreciate it. I can tell that. That body language is, they appreciate it. And I say, you're welcome. And I move along. And there's gaps there, which means I have missed some. You know, puzzle games like this, sometimes when after I play them, like God of War, for example, I go back or I'll watch another streamer play, or I'll kind of like check like a walkthrough or something, like after I finish games. I try not to spoil games when I'm playing them. Like, I don't mind backseating at all, but I don't want like story spoilers. And it's shocking how much is like hidden in a game where you think this is like on the rails, like look at this, like there's nowhere to go. But then sometimes there's like, actually, if you jump this way and then do this and then go back up here and then wait, did I actually find a secret area as I'm like making this joke? See what I mean though? Like, that could have been a secret area. Like that like could have been a secret area. It turns out that it's maybe not, but that's what I'm saying. When you go back and actually watch like full walkthroughs, it's shocking everything that's like actually hidden. Halo 2, remember the skulls? I never played Halo 2, isn't that crazy? Played Halo 1, and that was it. Some nerd and actually went and found them all. Yeah, that's cool though. I mean, for me as a kid, it was... I know now people do these like speed runs of this, but getting the 120 stars in Mario 64, that felt like such a huge accomplishment. And then you could have 4 save games in Mario 64. And what a lot of people do, you can copy over your save game. So like, oh, I have 4 120 stars. Nah, I didn't do that. I started a new game, and I went from 0 to 120 stars 4 times. There's no way to like prove it because it looks exactly the same as if you copy the game over. But that's like all I played for like a year. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. 50 says, where did you see your favorite TV shows? It's so hard to answer because it's like now, then, at a given point in time. I will tell you, shows that when I look back make me smile the most. That's my criteria for day, and depending when you ask me, I'll answer differently. Next Generation, just always one of those shows that has always provided me with some comfort. An action show called Burn Notice. I love Bruce Campbell's character in that. That's who I cosplayed as when I met him. I loved Burn Notice. Don't even ask me why. I used to love the show Psych. I did actually try to rewatch Psych, and I did not enjoy it on rewatch. So, but at that time, that was just such a great show for me, and I just loved that show at that time. And yeah, I'm trying to think like favorite shows. White Collar, I freaking love Matt Bomer, like unabashedly. I think he is gorgeous. I don't know, something about him, it's like, whew, when I'm watching White Collar. So I loved White Collar. I'm just trying to think like all these like shows that are not necessarily known for being like amazing. I guess Next Generation is, but and Impractical Jokers. Like, real talk, I didn't press B, but I'm glowing. I wonder if this is a protection mechanism. Whoa, look how crazy this cave is. What happened? I'm invisible. Oh, was that a timing puzzle and I failed? I'm here only in spirit form, yeah? Is that what's happening? That's what's happening. I went in there only in spirit form. We are learning more puzzles. So there's some places that you don't physically go. Okay, let me go back and get more plants. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm trying to think of some other shows that are just like loved. I remember loving 24 when it was on. I would say now, like, the direction of my life and my, like, personal passions and doing, like, research about, like, criminal justice and things like that, just personally, not professionally, that show's pretty problematic. That's a kind way of putting that. So, whoa. No, I still haven't watched Rise of the Ninja Turtles because I don't have Netflix. So it's on my list. I'm gonna get Netflix and then I'm gonna watch like all of the things. I'm gonna watch the Stranger Things. I'm gonna watch the Ninja Turtles. I got a list because you can still update your queue even if you're not signed up, which I think is kind of funny. So, but yes, I definitely want to watch it. I'm really excited about it. I'm kind of waiting, like, this is going to sound, like, so lame, but I'm actually going to take, like, a full, like, 10 days off. Because since I started my new job, it's hard to take days off because I don't even have vacation days. But around Christmas, I'm going to take, like, a full 10 days off. And not off from streaming, though. That's not my plan, unless I leave the country or something. That's what I'm going to... That's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get the old Netflix. HMU. I don't know what that stands for. So this whole area is like red. Oh, hit me up. Oh, thank you. Yes, such an old man. What does LOL stand for? Why do people keep saying LOL? Okay, I might do that. I don't know. I'm always, you know. So, like, look at this area. This whole area is, like, red, but I'm not sneezing. Have I, like, am I just tougher stuff now? Or, oh, look, these are the fox statues that you've seen other places, and they're, like, broken off. Like, let's do it, right? It's not telling me to do B here, but I kind of want to see. Yeah, no, I got the connection. Yeah, you said that. Thank you. I might do that. That did not work at all, so now I have to go get another flower. I have to get some flower power. What is this? Did I miss this before? Oh, no. Shoot, where are the flowers? So this is like when a volcano goes off. This is like raining ash, but it's not ash. It's like spirit. Oh, pithy. Yeah. It's probably easier for me if you mention shows, and then I can tell you. Never watched Breaking Bad. I was told by many people it gets better. I tried the first couple of it. It's not my vibe. I don't really, this is going to sound kind of lame, I don't really like a lot of violence. Even a show like Burn Notice, which is a show about a spy, and it's like, no, it's kind of like really mild violence. It's kind of cheesy. Ash vs. Evil Dead, though, here's my immediate hypocrisy. I can't think of a more violent show, and I loved that show. Yeah, I enjoyed Ash vs. Evil Dead. I really liked season 1. And I was like, oh, I think the show's kind of like lost its like way. And then it really came back. Oh, here's flowers over here. All right, good to know. It really came back for me, and then they canceled it. So I was like, oh, all right. All right. Wow, look at this area. This area is really cool. So the game, here's my theory. This is my theory right now. The game has not taught me a way to destroy those brambles. So I need to explore this area, and then I need to be taught. Well, I don't like that. I need to be taught how to destroy brambles, and then I need to destroy evil brambles. Okay, well, I don't have a choice, so this is the way I'm going. in puzzle games, this is actually a really good design because it limits your confusion. You don't have a choice. You have to go this way. So, even though crypt doors closing behind me kind of freaked me out, it's actually a good design for a puzzle game. Yeah, I never saw Breaking Bad. Isn't that weird? I don't know. I know people loved it. I just... Oh! Here's a show that I didn't mention. I just forgot the name of the show. Schitt's Creek. I think I can say that even on my Saturday stream. Schitt's Creek, spelled with an S-C-H. Hey, we know this. So, what did we say before? This is gonna glow, and then I'm gonna boom. There's some shows that I know for sure are good, and I just, like, never got around to them. And I probably just never will. I'm telling you, I watch so much Twitch and YouTube. Just, like, you know, most days I have about an hour to do whatever the heck I want. Oh, what's my new power? So I got glowy energy spirit, like explosion. Oh, I know what it is. Duh. It's gonna be to destroy the brambles. Duh. I was just saying that. I am more powerful than you ever could have imagined. Oh. There's like 2 of us. Oh, this is how you go. You go into spirit form. And you can solve a puzzle, like through something. Temporarily. Wow. That is cool. And it didn't use my power-up. So I'm gonna... Oh yeah, but how do I get out of here? Okay, this is probably okay. Alright, before we go to the next area, although I don't know if I can, I'm going to take a quick bio break. I will be back. Oh, look, he lays down and rolls into a ball. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out between the break. I'm back. Let us continue. Look, the cutest little fox in a ball. Wake up. It is time for adventure. That's the way I came from, but I actually don't know how to get out of here. So this might be the way I need to go. Do you think the last power-up is... I mean, you can't really tell from these, like, images what the power-ups are. First one is I got the spirit. The second one is I was able to blast. The third one is I was able to, like, walk, disembody. The third one looks like a jump. Halo. I have a halo, or in the game? Yes, it does kind of look like it. That's very cute. Okay, how do I get out of here? Did I just miss jump? Can I just make this jump? Oh no, am I... Usually when you're given a new power, you have to immediately use it, right? But like, how does that work in this situation? Like, where would I even use it? Oh no, I've failed the game. I have it. What? It must be my light is shining off my hair. Okay. Yeah. There were brambles up here, but wait, did I just walk by it? Like, sometimes I get so... Yeah, no. What is happening right now? can't get out of here. Okay, well, I don't know. Let's... Oh! I can run on water. Ah. We got it. Megamoth says, apologies if I've already harped on this. But you should play Cult of the Lamb. First of all, no apologies needed. And, I'm not sure harped on is even an appropriate word for this situation. But it is your word, so obviously you can use it. But, I want to play Cult of the Lamb, but I haven't figured out how to fit it into my schedule yet. Uh-oh. Come on, voice. Don't fail me now. Ah. So, Cult of the Lamb is definitely, like, not off my list. It's just not on my schedule. If that makes any sense at all. It's kind of one of the challenges of only streaming 2 days a week, honestly. I'd love to be able to kind of do more and play more. And there will be times in the future where I do more than 2 days a week. But I really don't want to overpromise that yet. But it does look fun, and I have watched other people play it. I think there's some potential to add some Sunday or Monday evening streams. I did do one Saturday evening stream when I just like absolutely had to get through Stray. And that was great. I really had a lot of fun that night. So I'd love to play more. Okay, so now I can walk through Brambles. Exactly what I said. The game will teach us how. And then on the other side of this, I activate a stone. Right? And then the wall comes down. Right? Oh! It is a multi-step process, man. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. So while in spirit form, I can actually do multiple things. I can blast, I can activate stones. Okay. Okay. Cool. Great. Love it. Couldn't be happier. Here's what I'm wondering. Is there an evil wolf? I'm still not convinced that this red energy is actually evil. I'm not convinced. It's definitely a problem for the people here, but sometimes, like, I don't know, sometimes good and evil is just not, like, super clear, you know? There's some ambiguity. And so I'm wondering if, like this red, I don't know, this, like, red swirl, and, like, my character's red, but then, like, everything else in the world that's red is bad. My character's red, because it's a fox. And then it's all about this blue spirit. I'm just wondering if that's not the jump button. Still, that's still not the jump button. I just can't help but feel like the resolution is like a combination or like a recombination, kind of like a yin and yang thing, right? Like, not about good and evil, it's about the balance. That's my theory. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, Megamod says a balance of nature, and Graylee's wondering the same. Yeah, that's, I don't know. Oh. So I've only seen these pads as they're associated with the other. two-step puzzle. Yeah, like the balance of nature, right? There's so many things in nature that are just nature, but they're also highly destructive, right? Like there's no malice to a hurricane. You don't want to be involved in it. Alright. Or maybe there is malice to hurricanes, what do I know? But this is the only theory I have here. Maybe that was a correct theory. I'm not exactly sure why that worked, but I figured I would try it. Basically, that was my plan. Give it a shot. Okay, now I need more flower power. Is there any benefit to going back up there? Maybe for my own curiosity. I need a flower. Where's a flower? One flower power, please. Ah, hello. Hello there. Was it just... Sorry. Ah. I think it's a wasted time to go back. That's the wrong button. Oh. Well, now I need to get more flower power. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, cool. Oh. You don't actually use up your power when you do the travel. It's only when you travel and then use the power. That actually makes more sense because I was kind of wondering how it's almost like you had to. Alright, let me try this. I know this is a waste of time, but I feel just compelled to now go back to an area I already checked out. The game says no. We know what the fox says, but the game says no. Before I go that way, check this out. This is where I came from, right? Ah, that's where I came from. Okay. Just feeling a little like I'm missing stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and load up on the flower. Ew. Okay. Man. I'm glad I didn't cancel the stream though, because of my voice. Because I'm doing okay talking. I'm just keeping my volume down a little bit lower than I normally do. I turned the microphone up. Hopefully the balance is right. This is not a spirit that needs to be, like, saved. Maybe only certain spirits are trapped, or only certain spirits are have a connection. Maybe people die in a way where it doesn't. They're not trapped. This person died from rocks falling on them, so maybe that's it. Oh, there's more. Wow. My little fox spirit friend is sure making a lot of noise. Like, freaking out and glitching in a game like this is, like, really not a big deal to me. I'll be more readily available and happy to make fun of Saints Row. Like a $70 game versus this $10 game that is also free right now. So, a little glitch on a wall doesn't even bother me a little bit. Is this water? Oh, my character really slowed down. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's like a marshy area. Okay, it took me a second to realize that because of the red lights and the blue lights and the violin. Violin is my favorite instrument. If I could snap my fingers and play any instrument, it's violin. There's something wrong with my, like, brain. I can't learn foreign languages, and I can't do music. I can't keep a tempo. Can't do it. So, looks like that's the way to go. Let's check this out. We're not giving up. Oh, can I go in here? No. Whoa. It really wants to show me something over here. So I'm wondering, like, is the wolf's... Oh. Uh-oh. Is this a puzzle? Alright, let's see what happens. So, volcano, dead people, fox, celebratory people. I love when a puzzle is easy. I can figure that one out. There's still stuff over there I haven't gotten to yet, but I'm, like... Am I on the right path? Like, I feel like I'm... I feel like there's stuff back there that I haven't resolved. Are these... What? What happened? Did I sneeze? What was that? Did I sneeze? Am I too close to evil? I will use evil for shorthand, but I am not truly convinced of the nature of this red energy. Well, that's just some bad jumping on my part. Or maybe not. Maybe I actually can't get up there. Nope. Before I move on, I kind of want to backtrack and maybe take care of this stuff. Well, hold on. Let's see. Let me go up here and then see what the game is trying to show me. So I feel like I have a couple options. But at the same time, like... I can just take this out, right? This should work, right? No. Why is that? Why didn't that do anything? The vines that are close to the energy, the red energy they don't grow the flowers. Flowers. I don't know why I said it like that. Okay, I'm coming back to you. These are like Honestly, right now, there's like 4 different ways I could go, and I'm a little unsure of myself. I think I want to be down here and resolve what I can down here before I go up there. That is my current feeling. Thanks. Huh. So I can go in there, but that's not how I destroy the vines. So what happens if I get in there from this way? Am I trapped? This doesn't seem like a trapped kind of game. Maybe it just won't let me. Oh, or maybe it will. No, okay. I'm missing something. So I think I need to do something at a level up, and then it will unlock this back down, and the onus is on me to remember to come back and look at that mural. Or maybe that mural is meant to help me solve that puzzle, and I could solve it without it? Maybe? I mean, there's only like 4 combinations. Like, can I destroy this? Like, why can't I destroy this? Really want to be able to destroy that. Okay. We're going to continue forward and hope I'm not missing something. That's all there is to it. Oh man, it's really bothering me. All right, we'll just one more quick little peek. Maybe I just missed something. It's not gonna hurt anything to look around again. Oh, what? That's me tapping Y. I mean, that's cool. It doesn't. Wait, what is that doing? Well, it's keeping me in spirit form longer. Oh, I did it! Wow, there was no prompt. There was no prompt at all. It was like I had to just keep tapping Y. Wait, but now it's gone? What is happening right now? I actually don't know what's happening. Okay, I don't know what I did, but okay, cool. I activated it. That's what I was trying to do. I don't know. Apparently, I'm actually a great puzzle solver after all. I just assumed I was bad. But it is glowing blue. Yep, there we go. Do you see that rock right in front of the fox? The way the light hit it, I thought it was a person and it scared me. Oh, oh, no, no, no. Alright. This is why I don't play horror games. Oh, speaking of that, Grayly, you're playing Alien Isolation tomorrow? Right? Or did I miss it? This has been a really weird week for me. It's working a lot. I didn't miss it. It's tomorrow, right? I need to put it in my calendar. Wake up at 4 a.m. and watch Graylee freak out. Oh, no, no! No! That was weird. The game, like, forced me off. Actually, I don't think I'm actually supposed to be here right now. Did I just, like, accidentally secret myself ahead? No. I accidentally secreted myself behind. I'm not convinced of anything I'm doing right now. So far in this game, I have felt like I kind of vaguely know what I'm trying to accomplish, but in this area, I'm really not sure. Oh, I'll do a little. Okay. Nope. Oh, look! It's not allowing me to go over there. Oh. That... I don't mind them restricting me out of areas. Obviously, it's a puzzle game. But that doesn't feel satisfying compared to how they restrict me in other areas. That feels like a Bethesda way of blocking something off. An invisible wall. Alright. I will forgive you, game. And I can't get rid of these guys. Actually, can I go over here? Or no, we determined before they can't. Never mind. Man, I'm like full on lost. I'm excited about Alien Isolation though. Not playing it, but watching you play it. It looks absolutely terrifying. I think the most scared I ever was in a video game, I was playing with a friend. I want to say it was Super Nintendo. What? Let's try that again. And it was an Alien game. And what made it so scary, other than... It was like a side-scroller, right? This is Super Nintendo. But we were both, like, absolutely terrified. I don't know what's happening. It says press B. I pressed B. Nothing happened. That's twice now. And the thing that made it most terrifying is, like, the flamethrower was, like, the weapon. Oh! Oh, I did it this time? Oh, I'm like clearly missing something here. Alright. Let's keep going. Oh. And, yeah, so the flamethrower was, like, by far the best weapon. Did I do it? Did I do it? Alright, this seems like a rather silly puzzle. And I ran out of flamethrower ammo, so we're, like, running through these corridors with, like, shotguns. Oh, no, that was right. Oh, shoot, I had it right. Okay, so I need to get this into the right position and then do something else. And so that game just had this, like, really dark atmosphere. And it was truly terrifying. So, if there's a modern Alien game, I can only imagine it's that much scarier. This is a weird one. Wait. Can I go this way to do this puzzle? Oh, okay. Wait, no? Or yes? Wait, can I go here? No, I cannot go there. Alright, this area is a lot more confusing than other areas in this game thus far. There we go. Okay. Pre-roll ads are on. That's the message I get. I don't know when it's going to run an ad, but it tells me when pre-roll is on. So, I don't know. I'll never figure it out. So is this open now? Wait, I didn't need to go through this at all. That's still blocked off. That's so interesting. I could have just gone around. See, this is why I feel like I'm missing something. Like I haven't treated this area. I haven't gotten rid of the red energy. And the spirit is not telling me where to go. Maybe if I can find the source of energy for this whole area, then it'll all come down. Like that big door over there or something. Ugh. Why am I at the top of this tower? Like, I really don't want to fall. Like, I have no idea if there's even fall damage in this game, but I don't really want to test it. It doesn't sound exciting. Yeah, it's not letting me jump, so yeah. I don't think this is the right way. This is so weird, though. What did I unlock? Must have unlocked something over there. Usually when you unlock something, it kind of shows you. Like, oh, hey, you unlocked something over here. Oh! Well, I got up here, so... that's... something. Huh. Okay. Well, nothing to do but keep going. Keep going different directions. So I cannot get out here. Oh, is there another exit here? No. Oh, here? No. No. Hmm. Well, I'm not trapped here because I can just do this. Alright. Can I get rid of these now? No. Let me just try again. Like, maybe I pushed the button wrong before. Like, I'm gonna get right up in it. What does it hurt? What does it hurt? It hurts nothing. Get some more flowers. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna go up here. Glass. Indeed. So this is where the game just put an invisible wall before, so maybe... Oh! Oh no, there's still the invisible wall here. Right here. Come on, look at this. Isn't this like... This is distressing. I wonder, like, honestly, there might be some, like, rock blocking it and it just isn't loaded. Like, that could be it. I mean, I could be, like... I could be making fun of this for no reason. But that's a little frustrating. Okay. Yeah, I'm really not sure where to go. This is real troubling. Okay, we're back down at the bottom, and let's just make sure we didn't miss anything down here. Oh, that seems pretty straightforward. Hey! So we activated those 2 stones. They turned blue. The last time there were 2 stones that turned blue, a door opened. So the game is signaling to us that those things, when properly activated, open a door. So what door opened? We might have to logic this one. Not my strong point. It's not there. Did I go over here? Can I go over here? Over here. Wait, was this open? I think this giant open hole, I think this is new. Okay. Well. What was that? Was it indicating that this body is different from the other bodies? Like the skeletons that are not in robes get a flick? Because before it did that in the other area, and I wasn't quite sure what I saw because you're not always looking at it. But this time it clearly was like, is that like, forget this? Like, ooh, forget you. Like, I don't like these people. Or is it like, pay attention to this? Is it like, look at the destruction that has happened here? I don't know what that means. Clearly it wants me to do something over here. And I'm happy to oblige. Oh, there's a staff. Invisible staff. Okay, let's blast this. Nope. Yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a problem here. Okay, you drop here. Hopefully you stay visible. Okay. And then you... Okay. That's very satisfying. Nice. Okay. Okay, we need more flowers. I just feel like there's so much unresolved in that last area. Like, I'm not ready to move on. Also, what happens with the staff and a non-robed body? Nothing. Okay, I didn't think so. That is not what it was indicating to me. Weird. Weird. There's just like so much in this area that's unresolved. Oh, and also I need a flower. Ooh, this game is pretty. Okay. All this time, I've never asked how to say your name. It's D33KODE, so the only thing I can think is decode. That's the only thing I can think. Am I right? I was like, when I watched your channel the other night or last night or I don't know, whatever that was, you didn't say your name, and I was like, oh, he's gonna say his name, and you didn't say your name. But yeah, thanks. Yeah, welcome to the show. Glad you're here. Thanks for the follow the other night in between streams. That's really cool. Thank you. Yeah, Decode in the chat there does like D&D streams and then other games. I've checked out some of the D&D stuff. I don't know if I'm using all the proper terminology. But I think I want to. Yeah, you're doing variety. That's what it seems like. I think I want to be. How do I word this? I want to be the kind of person that plays D&D every Saturday with their friends. I am not that person, but I want to be that person. Because it looks like a lot of fun. But I cannot maintain a schedule like that. So instead, I will watch other people play it. I'll tell you what I am doing tonight, though. So not D&D, but I have been doing some Legacy games, and tonight I'm playing Risk Legacy. That was voted on by our group. Whew. I was the only no vote because I hate Risk. So my plan is, and please, everybody in the chat, feel free to help me with this, because I'm assuming nobody that I'm seeing later today is watching this. Send me all the videos, all the tips, whatever, to like wreck your friends in Risk Legacy. Because I told them, I said, if you guys play this game, I'm going to destroy you. And that is my only mission in life, if you force me to play Risk. And they said, that's fine. Well, Joker doesn't mess around. I do mess around, but I'm also very competitive, and I like to win. So Risk Legacy is a little different. You both mentioned Dress to Kill. I have definitely seen that special, I guarantee, but I don't remember the tip. But man, all I think is Zhao. I know it's a little different because it's a Legacy game. I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing. Oh yeah, that's right. I was getting the flower. Boy, did I get distracted easily. Build up everything from Papua New Guinea. From what I understand, not an expert, obviously, on even Risk Legacy, but from what I understand is, because it's a Legacy game, and those of you who don't know, board games, when they make a Legacy version, or they call it a Legacy game, it's a game that's meant to be played over several weeks, or months, or who knows, even years, and the board state changes. Sometimes you like cross out like let's say like, oh, California doesn't exist anymore. I don't know if that's how Risk works, but you know what I mean? Like, that's how Legacy games work. Or there's like permanent things that carry over from game to game. Or it's like, oh, how much money do you have? Well, the person with the least amount of money gets an extra roll of the dice this turn. You know, just like things like that attempt to create a world, like building a world through a tabletop that you play over multiple sessions. So not one instance. And there will be individual endgames. So you're like, oh, who won tonight? And then that will reset and inform the game. That's what a Legacy game is. Probably in one of the most complicated ways to explain it possible. And that's kind of my speed. So, Risk Legacy, as far as I can tell, the first match, because I literally just read or watched like a review on it, and it was a non-spoiler review, and I'm like, no, spoil. I want to destroy my friends. Tell me everything. I find one. But Risk Legacy, the first one plays like a normal Risk game, and then things kind of change. So I don't know if normal Risk strategy works, is what I'm saying. Because I do know there's like the Australia strategy. I haven't played Risk in 20 years, and I hated it then, hate it now, and I'm gonna ensure that some of my closest friends also hate it by the time I'm done with them. See, Monopoly is the opposite for me. I love Monopoly, and a lot of people hate it. So whenever I play Monopoly with people, I'm always like, so nice. I'm always like walking them through, and I'm like, hey, so you might want to think about building there. That's a really good option. You know, even if I lose, I don't care because I just love playing Monopoly. And I'll like help people out. I'm like, hey, this is a really good, like, did you think about doing it this way? You know, kind of thing. That's how I play Monopoly. No, that's not my plan for Risk. Dinner is over and I'm feeling food coma set in. Alright, well you have a great rest of your evening? So this buildy stuff, that's new. We haven't seen the buildy yet. Oh, it's telling me. This is the first time it's told me your ad is about to start. I can snooze for 5 minutes. Snooze. It's a 30-second ad. I don't know, man. I just hit snooze. I don't know what's gonna happen. I can't. I want ads to like go away, but that's apparently not in existence. Okay, so I have these set up correctly, I think, but that wall is not activated. So something tells me I need to activate this wall. What do you think? And how do I activate the wall? Why? Maybe? That is how I activate? Okay. So the fox is in the mountains. The people... This is the ruined city. This is post-destruction. There's people dead, dying, and grieving. That's what I'm picking up. So not everybody died when the city was ruined. This is the builders. Okay. Are these the people that tried to rebuild? We're looking... Oh, I don't know that place. We're learning more. So there was nothing, and then there was a fox spirit, and then there was a city built with people, and they were very happy, and they were happy with the fox spirit. Then this red energy volcano. It just auto-saved. But the last time I did this... Okay, before I go into that area, I don't want to miss a guy. I have a stick. I missed a guy before. So before I go into that area, we're going to do a quick little run around. He could be in that area. He could be 10 feet in that area, and I would have just no idea. But the stick does start to glow when you get kind of close. But just generally, I've felt very unresolved in this whole area. Because like things like this, like these invisible walls. Doesn't feel good in this area. There's so much here that I don't feel like I've explored. So, I'm going to do a quick look around. And just see if I missed anything. Like nothing happens with the statue. So yeah, so there's they're happy. They built their city. They're happy with the wolf. Then the volcano goes off. But the volcano is more than a volcano. Clearly, there's like some red arc destructive energy that comes with it. It destroys the town or the city and all the people. And then now what the story is telling me is that some of them tried to rebuild. But it doesn't look like they were successful. So I'm wondering if, while trying to rebuild, that's when this dark energy grew up and started to take over. Because it was just the destruction of the volcano that literally destroyed, but then this energy is causing these other issues. Alright, I have, like, run back quite far, and I do not see a spirit I can help with this stick. But again, I didn't go over there at all. There at all. Because there's an invisible wall that won't let me. So, alright. I'm going to take the stick with me, obviously. But it might force me to drop it, because I think that's the next chapter. Because it did an autosave, and it seems to autosave per chapter. Remember when I thought the flowers were a save point? Oh, so naive. I know nothing. I snoozed the ad for 5 minutes, but I don't know when it's going to come back. I can't figure Twitch out, I'm telling you. Excuse me. Okay. Next area. I really hope this staff finds a nice home. Did I check over here? Let me just... I'm sorry, I can't let this, like, go without making sure I've at least checked. Yeah. I mean, the staff kind of lights up when you get close to, so more than anything, that's what I was kind of looking for. Yeah. No. Alright. Alright, I've dillied at least 2 dallies worth, so... time to move on. Already went over there. I already went up here, right? Obviously. Yes. It's the first place I went. Okay. Remember when I said I'm moving on? It's finally happening. Well, I didn't drop the stick, so... Oh! What's the noise? Oh, so... Okay. So... yeah, you can't go back. So if you didn't get the stick, then you wouldn't be able to get it. But I'm wondering if they separated them, stick on one side, guy on the other. I'm like very invested in reuniting the people whose spirits are trapped with their staff. Like, probably a little too invested. Like, I need to kind of just play the game. Because I do truly believe, without knowing anything about this game going in, I truly believe the end will be some kind of good resolution. It kind of reminds me of Stray in that way. Not saying that they copied each other, because these are kind of like real common themes, but the end of Stray is like, okay. Well, never mind, I don't want to spoil it. For those of you who have not seen or played it, I don't want to spoil it, but much like a lot of games, there is a ending to it that makes you resolve some issues. That's okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Like, the most vaguest statement I can think of. But I very much enjoyed Stray. But I mean, the ending was foretold, let's say. I mean, it wasn't like a weird shock. So if I leave my wolf body, can I get all the way up there in time? I don't know. Okay, run. There seems to be an element of timing with the spirit, but then sometimes it just lets you stay in spirit form for a long time. And then sometimes it doesn't. Okay, there's clearly a puzzle in there that I'm, like, missing. So let's go do the puzzle. Press Y. Oh, there's the guy. Okay, so now we know where the staff goes. spirit version can't carry the staff. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so I'm going to go up to this thing and press Y. But look how little time I have. Did I do it? Did I do it in time? It opened that one. The, like, energy bubble that pops up is actually really cool. Okay, that scared me. Wow. Huh. What? Okay. Shoot. Yeah. Okay. Oh man, I'm quite distressed because I know where the staff goes and I don't know how to get it to him. So that's distressing. There's like a secondary puzzle. And I can't blow these guys up. No. Can't blow these guys up. What am I missing? Why? Will this just open now that I've activated the stone? Oh, the guy's right on the other side of this door and I can't give him the staff. Wow. That is more distressing than I thought it was going to be for me. Wait, there's another staff? Oh, that means I missed somebody. So, shoot. Yeah, I guess this staff is for this guy. I totally missed somebody then. Man, I looked all over though. It is crazy how weirdly hard it is to find the owners of the staff, I'm gonna assume. And even when you do find them, there's like a... Oh, man. Honestly, I could spend all day on this, and maybe it's not a good use of my time. But I'm just like... Oh, like I want to help, you know? Can I spirit pick up the staff? That was weird. It was like, sort of? It was giving me the prompt, but then it barked. Let's try that again. No. Alright. We're gonna just a couple more times investigate the room. This is distressing. Look how fast it is, too. I don't even have time to look around. Wow. Man. This game, this feels bad. Feels like punishment. All right. Ooh. That did not destroy the vines. I need to, like, find their source. Ooh, yep. We are getting hard. It's like, that game, The Talos Principle. I was like really enjoying it, and then I got to a point where I was like, oh, here's the back door in. Okay. Talos Principal? Talos? Talos. It was so long ago, I actually don't remember. But either way, I was like really enjoying that game and like super into the puzzles, and I was like, these puzzles are interesting, but hard and creative. And it got to a point where I was like, I can't solve this puzzle without like Googling it. And then I cheated on the internet, which is fine because it's about having fun. But then it was like 3 in a row where I was like, okay, I think I'm just kind of done with this game because I have to keep like just looking it up. I'm not actually solving any of these myself. Okay, so I did help that guy. That feels good. I like that. Unfortunately, I still don't know how to solve this area, but that's fine. This is off topic, but did you ever play Shadow of the Colossus? I don't have topics because, as you probably have noticed, I just talk nonstop. And because I kind of hurt my voice last night, I'm talking way less than normal. And quieter. But I did not play Shadow of the Colossus. There was kind of like... Part of why I do Twitch is to kind of like force myself to play games, and especially games that I never would have played before, because there was like a decade where I barely played anything. Like the new Fallout, you know, like, oh, Fallout 3 came out, I played that thing, played the heck out of it. But like that was it for like 3 years. Like in 2015, I didn't even turn on like my PlayStation, and I didn't have a PC then. So, like, I noticed that when I, like, turned on, and I was like, what's my last save game? And I was like, oh, I missed a whole year of gaming. So, I missed Shadow of Colossus. Okay. Yes, we want to take this out, because we don't like it, and it's causing problems. Okay, that took out a lot. Yeah, I have heard that it is just one of the best games. There's a lot of secret controls and things. Yeah. Isn't that the game where there's like that alleged like secret 7th chapter or like 13th chapter or something? That like, you know, is like this constant internet rumor that never paid off. It's definitely like one of those games that people talk about. Like it'll just forever be known as one of the best games, which is cool. I just missed it. Okay, here we go. It's a mysterious game. There's a lot of tricks you can do with your horse. Oh, okay, that's cool. So, kind of was hoping me destroying that big old thing would release all of these, but it only released one, but it also seemed to have an impact on the world elsewhere. Like, look at this light. Isn't that like... Is that trying to tell me something? Okay, let's, we're gonna backtrack a little. Kind of under the assumption, we'll say, that something changed back here, but I don't know if that's true. So, I don't... Oh! Why do you want me to go here? It might just be identifying this spot because the staff was there. I'm gonna pick up another staff. I have very few commands. I do want to do more, I just don't have a bunch. But exclamation command is one of them. Why am I not? There we go. Nope. No. Oh. I was trying to pick up the staff, but then I used my power. I guess I have to expel it. Expelli Powerus. Not bad. Okay. Yeah, we're starting to get to the point in the game where I'm just like feeling like I'm missing something constantly. Even that Two Brothers game got there. I'm like, what do I do? Rock crumbled, so that's new. Did I already go up here? Oh, that's right. I came up here to power up so I could do this again. Duh. I was just looking for flowers. So based on the way this game works, what I'm curious about is sometimes I have a really limited amount of time I can do these things, and then other times I don't. So I don't know. But that's exactly what I thought I needed to do, and I just did it. So I was correct. All right, what changes now? What changes now? What ho? Well, probably doesn't change until I light it up. I'm keeping the stick because although I clearly missed one, so this is like a bonus stick. What if I miss the next stick, but I find the guy, then I'm ready to go. You know? I'd love to not accidentally do that. This would be great if there were different buttons. The activate flower, activate power, and pick up your stick are all the same button. So, yeah. Let's drink a little water. Oh, look at my hair. Crazy. I need a haircut. Okay. And I do realize that carrying the stick around creates some additional complication, but I don't care. Alright, what unlocks? What unlocks? Help me out, game. Show me. Show me. Did not show me. Sometimes it directly shows you, and sometimes it does not. That mug. Oh, you like the mug? Ooh. Water. Water. I have drank coffee out of it, but this time it's water. This is my coffee cup. See, I'm healthy. I'm healthy. But I did refill this whole thing. There's like just a splash in here. That's actually... Now that I'm saying that, let's just go ahead and... You got a chuckle out of you. Good. I'm still on the hunt for a custom version. I can find custom versions of 30-ounce mugs, but that's tiny. You have some liquids with you? Oh, I'm like big into liquids. I was out late last night in a very loud environment, and I really stressed my voice out. So I'm trying to I'm trying to keep my volume low and massively liquid up. And I think it's actually kind of interesting that I haven't needed to take more breaks. Okay. Oh. So that's... I mean, there's nothing else in there. Okay. Now I continue. Okay. So now this is going to knock out one of the other stones. Okay. And then there's a fourth stone. Okay, okay, we got this. You always sound like your vocal cords are committing suicide. I have a really, I think, like, an annoying voice. I know kind of everyone thinks about that. But the good news is, for me, I can tweak the microphone settings enough where when I watch myself back, like if I'm editing or if I'm making a short or something for YouTube, it doesn't drive me crazy. So definitely appreciate the fact that I can electronically alter the sound of my voice. Oh. Wait, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I need to activate the stone. What am I even doing? What sort of mic setup you got? I have the Blue Yeti. And I'll tell you why. Because it was the best mic, as far as my research showed, if you still wanted to use USB. And I don't want to spend a ton of money on streaming. So I was like, okay, I don't want to get like an XLR stuff. Like, I do want to do these things because it's fun to have all the little gadgets and stuff. It really is a lot of fun. But it's an expensive endeavor at times. So far, very much worth it. Like, I'm enjoying it. I love it. It's one of my favorite hobbies ever. But you know, like the next step up is like $500. You know, getting the little XLR, getting the microphone, like, you know. So yeah, maybe eventually someday I'll do it. But I wanted to get the best mic I could without having to change my setup too much. To answer your question. That was not actually a question, but that's why I have that microphone. Yeah, and the camera that I use is actually a Sony SV1. That it's like a hobby camera, anyways. So it like probably would make more sense to get like a 4K like camcorder. But this is kind of like a point and shoot. I don't know a lot about cameras, so this is like, it's an all-around like okay camera for a lot of projects for people who aren't professional photographers. So it works. It works. Yeah, it has a really nice picture. So you turn it to video mode. It's not a camcorder, but you turn it to video mode. Here's the only thing though: it will overheat. I got two USB fans and I plug it into a USB power. So there's tiny little fans that blow on the camera the whole time. They were like $10, and they've ran for hundreds of hours already, so it's not a huge deal, but I made a tutorial video about building a box fan, and my camera overheated. So I was like Googling it, and it's like, oh, this camera's notorious for overheating when you shoot in 4K. I was like, oh, that would be something I wish I knew before I bought it. Yep, I have an air-cooled camera. Yeah, if I could redo it, I probably would get a camcorder, because you can spend about the same amount of money, but you'll get a little bit easier for like streaming. But if I really, really could redo it, I would change the layout of my office. Because I stream in my office and also work here. And this green screen behind me, I roll up, like I roll it up, and I don't, my office is so tiny. So like I would reconfigure my desk and where everything is. And I have a big shelf right here. This is where I keep my coffee mugs. This shelf should be on that wall. And then I would have open space up here to do vertical monitors. So, you know, like, I would redo the whole layout of my office. And I can. I mean, it's my office. I can do whatever I want. But, you know, we're talking like a couple weekend project to fix it up. So I recognize that I dropped the staff somewhere, and I told myself, once I finish activating the stones, I'll just pick it back up, and I now do not see it. So that is not good. End of thought. End of stream of consciousness. It actually could have fallen down here. Well, you know what? It wasn't the right staff anyways. I was just carrying around as a bonus staff. This is annoying the heck out of me, though. Dude, wait a minute. It all looks clean from where you're sitting. Yes, thank you. I do appreciate that feedback. I tried to do the best I could with the setup I have. You know, good sound, good video. Personally, I love the green screen look. I know it's not at all required. There's a lot of people that just have a box, and those people have great shows and great audiences and great personalities. So for me, I like the green screen. When I went working from home in March 16th of 2020, was day one, Monday of that, I was really struggling struggling with the work, and I interact with people a lot, and my job was like doing a lot of training and a lot of like meeting with people. So then it was like, okay, I guess we're going online, and I had to like do something to like bring an energy to it that made it so I would enjoy it. So I got a green screen then for that. So I was using a green screen at work, and really early on in like the work from home, it was like everyone was like, how are you doing that? So then I learned, this is why I started like streaming. I learned about OBS and virtual cameras, and some of them I started like floating around and like messing with people. I'm like, oh, you know, and it was honestly just a way to keep myself sane while I'm sitting, you know, in 9 hours a day of Zoom meetings with no breaks. So that was like, that's why I got a green screen. And then I was like, you know what, I want it to sound good too, because nobody sounds good on these. Everyone's using like some old earbuds they have, and like, so then I started looking into microphones, and yeah, so that's like basically my whole stream setup is like to have a professional Zoom meeting setup, and then I could carry that over to streaming. I did make some changes and upgrades, but yeah, that's the idea. So this is my Sony camera, which is gonna blur. Here you can't see it because it's not in frame. I have a Logitech webcam. That's what I was using for my meetings, and it's 1,000 times better than any other webcam anybody else was using. The people would comment all the time like, wow, why is your picture so good? But there's no need for a 4K in Zoom because it compresses the video so much. You won't see the difference. I got really off track and totally forgot where I was going, but let me just acknowledge this game here. I'm out of that red, dark area that like is emotionally like oppressive, and I think that's intentional. So now I'm in this area that's rocks and grass, and it's like, okay, all right, game, I acknowledge that you're doing that. Use the Logitech. It's the one I used old, like 10 plus years. Yeah, I mean, even a 10-year-old webcam is better than the integrated video from people's laptops where like you could just see their lap or like the top of their head, and you're just like, oh my god. Whoa! Okay, well, that's not a new power. It's a new environmental condition. Kind of like the geysers. So, there you go. Picks up their sweat, but can't see their eyes. I think, yeah, as lame as that might sound, to me, I had to do it for my own sanity, is just to have, like, a good quality stream. Then I started doing silly backgrounds. This is, like, really early on. Nobody did backgrounds, right? But I knew they had to because Twitch, people were doing it on Twitch for 5 years, even 10 years before. 13 years before. Maybe not with green screens, but I knew it was possible, so that's when I started looking into that. And I'd be on, like, I work a lot with, like, state agencies and stuff, so I'd be on these, like, state agencies calls, and I would have, like, kind of rather silly things in the background, but this is when, like, nobody could do background effects. And so they'd be like, hey, not to disrupt the meeting too much, but, where'd you get that picture? So, no. I entertained myself, became a large topic of conversation. It also became something I was kind of known for. I can't tell you the number of people that told me, openly in meetings or privately, how much me having fun backgrounds or bright colors or doing something silly just made their day, because it was so depressing in the beginning, and it still is sometimes. But okay, we have a staff. We need to find a dude. We have been missing them. Yeah, I mean, I've been in not to sound like egotistical, I've been in some like rather important meetings where I'm just in the background being silly. And you think, oh, this is not professional, but no. No, people appreciate it. It's kind of like when when a cat jumps into frame. Everyone's excited, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, cool!" And they're like, "I'm so sorry, and they're like apologizing, deeply apologizing, and then they're like putting their cat out of frame, and then they like shut the door. But meanwhile, everyone's just like, something different, something interesting, something human, some human connection. Whoa, is that where I came from or where I'm going? Is that the area I came from that was all red and depressing, which is why, like, that's just, like, pouring into it? I'm up here looking for, like, a possible guy to give this staff to, but I have then, by necessity here, been ignoring the ground. So, I hope... Oh, yep, this is the right spot. Look, the staff is going crazy. He's around here somewhere. Okay. I think he's up here. King Duck says, as a teacher, it was nice when people turned their cameras on at all, even if they added an image with the cameras off. Yeah, true. And for me, that's part of it too. I was never a teacher, but I do like train people and interact with people, and I need to explain concepts to them. And that like feedback is so important. Yay! I saved somebody! I don't have the best track record in this game, but every time I do it, it is nice. You're welcome. But yeah, I can only imagine as a teacher. Ooh. Bork says, bring on the cats. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's happy when a cat comes on a Zoom meeting. And in my line of work, I work in education-ish. It's complicated, but when like kids come on, it's like that's what we're all here for, like that's why we're here. That's why we do what we do. So, like, don't apologize when your kid walks into frame. Like, yeah, you're working from home. You're getting stuff done. We're all managing. Life continues to happen, and we are all doing our best. So people are like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, my kid's sick today. So I don't know, I'm like, yeah, that's my career. It's like to help these people. Why apologize? I think some of these spirally things are, what do you call it? Are just archways. That's the word I was looking for, archways. And I think some of them will power up and yeet you across the map, as the kids might say. So I have to figure out which is which. Yeah, understood why people kept cameras off some of the time, but it was nice to see something. Yeah. I mean, both sides of that are true, right? Like, if you're like presenting, you're talking to people, you really want the camera on, so you have some like ability to have some kind of feedback. At the same time, there's lots of reasons I might want the camera off, and many of them are completely valid. Yeah, it's tough. It was really tough in the beginning, and it's still tough. But I think people have found some norms and some balance, and some way to kind of put things together that makes sense. But yeah, it's also funny, like sometimes I work with other companies and stuff on like projects or contracts and stuff, and there's different company cultures even. So it's not just like a region or a country or an industry. Sometimes it's companies. It's like, oh, we're a fully camera off company, and others are like camera required to be on company. It's like, oh, okay. So I cannot get in there. So this is what we were talking about. We're going to need to find an archway that is going to shoot us over the wall. Shoot us. Is this that archway? This seems like the most likely candidate. But I don't see a way to activate it. I'm working on enunciating. As I totally fumble over the word enunciating. Yeah. Yeah, use the cannon. No, yeah, for sure. I definitely want to do that. I kind of thought the activation stone would be near it, but I'm wondering if it taught us that it's possible, and now the puzzle is going to be finding where to activate it and then using it. Huh? I can video game. I've got theories. They don't always pan out. Most of the time they don't. I guess we can call them hypotheses. Hypotheses. This looks like the perfect place for an activation stone, though. And there's like a bunch of flowers up here, so like, did I just miss it? Hey, floating, circling wolf spirit, will you mind, like, going to the place I need to get to and telling me where it is? Do you mind? You know, like, I don't know, these are all here. So it's kind of like, hey, if it's here, then I would think, maybe, that it would be close to here? What if... Here's a question. What if I actually need to be, like, climbing up the mountain and climbing over, and there is no shoot over the wall at all? It's a deception puzzle. Because doesn't this look like look, like this is where you shoot through. This is absolutely where you shoot through. Never mind. I changed my mind. This is absolutely where you shoot through. I just need to figure out how to activate it. This has to be it. This has to be it. Look at this angle. Look at this framing. This has to be it. Okay, now I need to know where to activate it. That's all. So up here, kind of off the beaten path, is where I found the guy I returned the staff to. So it's probably not up here. It's a simple forward progression, and it's only the second time I've seen the puzzle, so I'm guessing it's going to be in the middle of the walkway, and I just maybe walked past it. That is my theory. That it's just farther back, and I walked past it because I was looking for the guy to return the staff to. There you go. That's my theory. That's my theory. Okay, maybe a little offshoot on the left side. No. Is it just right here? There we go. Okay, right in the middle. Sometimes you gotta like think like a video game designer. Oh, there's multiples. Okay, cool. So that's fun too because I can actually like take the path multiples. I was wondering why there were so many archways. Remember, I was like, they're not all cannons, I guess. But no, they are. Oh. If that wasn't... Oh. Oh. So if they weren't broken, you would be like darting like a fox. Like, that's so cool. Okay, but this is also a timing puzzle, so I need to actually do it and not just mess around. But that's really cool. See? Takes you right to this arch. And then it would shoot you over to this arch. Okay, come on. Oh my god. Am I gonna fail because I couldn't jump over a knee-high wall? Okay, I'm gonna go this way. It looks like you can take multiple ways. Come on. Oh, I failed because I couldn't jump over a knee-high wall. Oh, no. Alright, but that's cool. That's a really cool feature, and I like it. I don't love that it's a timing puzzle, but that's pretty cool. Well, perfect timing to come back because we figured the puzzle out, and now we need to execute that figure-in. We need to execute our figure-in. But before I do that, I think I might need a little bit of a bio break because of all the liquids. I will BRB, and I will leave the game running. Okay, be right back.